Thank you for tuning in. We have some breaking news again because it is Friday, and there's always breaking news on Friday because everyone is trying to push stuff out. And I think that we're going to get another breaking news story either today or sometime early next week. But yeah. Because GOA is suing them over it. Correct. All right, so there's a lawsuit in New York, and that is called what is it called? Damn it.
Lane versus James.
Higby versus Higby. And that's suing over New York right now. What they do is they say if you're not a New York resident, you cannot get a concealed carry permit, or at least that's what they used to say.
Yeah.
But they knew they were going to lose because of Bruin, and they didn't want to wait the time to actually get anything done. So they went ahead and they did a huge like emergency update to their law, and this is in effect immediately.
Nice.
So we're gonna read through this and then we'll talk about it.
So you want me to start reading through?
That's what you do, right?
Can you make it a hair larger?
No.
Another hair. Too many hairs. On June 23rd, you want me to start there?
Yeah.
It's funny. People are like, why can Crump not read? Just think he prefers having us do the reading, and then he does the TLDR breakdown.
On June 23rd, 2022, the United States Supreme Court ruled in New York's State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin that challenged New York's proper cars requirement for obtaining a concealed carry firearms license and unconstitutional restriction on an individual's Second Amendment right to bear arms for self-defense. Since the issuance of the decision, New York has received its licensing regulations to remain consistent with current case law pertaining to handgun licensing and continues to do so in response to evolving Second Amendment jurisprudence, including Supreme Court decision, United States versus Rahimi.
Okay, now that everyone knows that you can read, I'll take over. Current NYPD rules do not contain formal procedures for applicants who do not reside in New York State, are not principally employed within New York City, and do not have their principal place of business in New York City. A process by which non-state residents can apply for a carry license will ensure that the city is able to properly regulate handgun ownership within New York City, while also complying with the Bruin decision. Isn't it odd that it's referred to as Bruin when Bruin is who lost the suit? It's kind of the only case that we do that.
No, because there was another case that is referred to as New York Pistol Rifle Association.
Okay, that makes sense. Bruin decision. This emergency rule sets forth standards to submit and evaluate applications for carry licenses made by these individuals, hereinafter called non-residents, non-resident applicants. This emergency rule also amends and clarifies the process of purchasing and adding firearms to an individual's New York City firearms license, which is completely unconstitutional.
Yep.
In order to maintain this a clear and publicly accessible policy, New York City must immediately implement an operative concealed carry licensing process for non resident applicants. This emergency rule addresses an imminent threat to safety and property, as it allows New York City to maintain a licensing scheme that preserves public safety within the city while ensuring that gun license applications are evaluated in a manner consistent with the Supreme Court's ruling in Bruin. Delaying implementation of these additional rules would severely impede New York City's ability to effectively and legally regulate handgun ownership within its jurisdiction.
They were being sued, and they know there was a possibility of getting an injunction that would have, like, totally stripped them of all their power.
Yeah, yeah. The following rules govern the NYPD's ability to administer handgun licenses.
What was that?
I don't know. You heard that too?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Did we just get nuked?
No, we're still up.
Okay. No, I'm saying like nuked like a bomb.
Oh, right. The following rules govern the NYPD's ability to administer handgun licenses and are issued on an emergency basis pursuant to Section 1043I of Chapter 45 of the New York City Charter. New material is underlined. Deleted material is in brackets.
All right. Okay. So we can skip all this. This is just going through the whole entire what they changed. Basically, it's the same requirements as New York a New York itself permit for a New York
Resident.
resident. So it's the same.
Okay, that's it. So, man, it would be wise for people like us, even if we don't spend too much time in New York, to procure said New York permit.
Well, I spend a lot of time in New York.
You do. You spend much more time than I do in
I'll
New
be in
York.
New York tomorrow, actually.
Man, it's that's funny. That's kind of what made me think of it. I got my Maryland permit, and I'm like, man, maybe I should push it out a little bit, get DC, get New York.
The fees depend on the jurisdiction. I'm not sure what New York's is. New York City's.
That's so crazy. It's going to be.
But you still have to wait months for permit, and you still have to do the in person.
Well, someone else had said earlier in chat that their system is always down, so even residents aren't getting approved, at least in a timely manner, if at all.
Yeah.
But they have to. Sorry, do you want me to keep reading?
Yeah. If the computer systems are down, report on it. I will. If the computer systems are down, let me know, and I would get the word out.
Yeah, that would be huge. It is hereby certified that the immediate effectiveness of this emergency rule, which establishes additional rules, regulations, and procedures for obtaining a concealed carry handgun license by a non resident applicant, is required to adequately regulate handgun use and ownership by non residents. Current NYPD rules do not contain formal procedures for applicants who do not reside in New York State, are not principally employed within New York City, and do not have their principal place of business in New York City. A process by which non state residents can apply for a carry license will ensure that the city is able to properly regulate handgun ownership within the New York City, within the NYC, while also complying with the Bruin decision. In order to maintain a clear and publicly accessible policy, New York City must immediately implement and operate concealed carry licensing process for non-resident applicants to address an imminent threat to safety and property. This emergency rule ensures that all applications are evaluated consistent with the Supreme Court's decision in Bruin.
And Rahimi.
Yep, and Rahimi, while also maintaining a licensing scheme that preserves public safety within. This is kind of just what the beginning said.
Yeah, basically what they're doing here is they really non-residents of the state, so anyone, they really don't want to do this.
Yeah, but it was they had a decision: do it themselves or be forced to do it.
Yeah, and if they get forced to do it, it could be really bad
Yeah,
for them in their eyes. For me, us, it's be good. They
yeah,
really did not want to do this, so they basically kept on explaining, "We don't want to really do this, but we have to because of the Bruin decision." But this
yeah,
is
and
mostly because there's a couple different lawsuits in New York. GOA has one challenging New York not issuing non-resident permits. So this is them being like, "Hey, we're gonna have to do this."
yeah. I mean, it could have been great for us if they just ignored it and didn't do this on their own. But this way, the way that they did this shows you how like power hungry they are. This lets them keep complete control and slow roll things, and they don't have to, move at a certain pace. Whereas I think if there was like an injunction and they were forced to, there would probably be other guidelines. Well, there could be other guidelines of not only must you do this, but you also must do it within X amount of time, or who knows what could have happened if,
Yeah, because they wrote the X amount of time they it's now.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like application approval, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go ahead and apply.
Let me know how many thousands of dollars it is. I mean,
Somebody said it's 500, but the class is
$500.
expensive.
Yeah, I mean that's proportionate to like I think I paid a few $100. Well, no, okay, so just the application fee is $500?
Application fee for a handgun license and for renewal was 340.
Yeah, I mean for just application, I think that's a little excessive, which is probably what they want to do. Because in Virginia it's like $40.50. In Maryland, I think I paid a few $100 like with like just me thinking with the class and the processing, fees associated as well.
New York half-ass prepper, $88.25 for fingerprinting. I think they use live scan. So live scan's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Like in Maryland, they do live scan and it's like 75.
I think it was like 55 or something like that.
Maybe it
But
was.
it's something like that. Did you get your Maryland as well?
Yeah, I've had my Maryland I have
Oh,
my
that's right. You're a Maryland instructor.
yeah, I had my Maryland, before Bruin and even
Yeah, yeah. I just got my Maryland
Maryland
last year.
classes.
I got it last year right before all they tried to make all the crazy change.
Yeah, 'cause I did firearms classes in Maryland.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Facts. Well, I mean, in a way it's good, and in a way it's like they're late to the party. They're trying to maintain the control. They wanna be able to manipulate and slow roll.
Yeah,
I mean,
this reminds me of the original New York Pistol Rifle Association case where when New York City banned people from bringing firearms in and out of the city. So basically, once the firearm is in the city, it has to stay in the city. You can never bring it anywhere else. Um, so you couldn't go to the range because there's no ranges in New York City itself. So that was the original New York Pistol Rifle Association case, and that went up to the Supreme Court. Was actually granted cert, but then they did an emergency law change, like they did to moot the case.
mm, yeah. G Ghost says, not sure how this will work. They require current CCW holders outside the city to submit our 18-hour training and a $300 in fees.
Yeah, but they have to, and it's in effect right
Dang.
now. The requirement is kind of crazy because this is what's being um this is what is Bruin, not Bruin, the Antioch case is challenging is like the social media requirements, the four character references, uh, the the excessive training that's required.
Yeah.
And that Antioch is changing that. No, the training, the 18 hours of training is just for it's a one-time thing.
Let's see. So originally it said, I just went on the license division website. I don't see any updates to this. It
Oh,
just
because this
broke.
this just dropped.
Yeah.
This was just released less than an hour ago.
Yeah. So the fact that they did not update their website from 2018 to 2024 shows that they are
Stalling.
okay. I was going to say,
He corrected it later on. Yeah, of course they are.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's look, that's why they did
Yeah,
this in the first place.
yeah, the social media aspect was thrown out, but they do list it here, which I'm not exactly sure what the hell that why they have that in there.
Well, look, Maryland has a lot of very ridiculous things on there. I mean, they excuse me, they asked on the application for charges, convictions, and I want to say it was like police interactions, like something along the lines of like that anything that, I forgot the term they used, but it was like, convictions and then charges and then any type of interaction with police. It's like, dude, this is absurd.
Yeah,
Like, the only thing you should be curious about is, do you have a felony or felonies, and do you have a combination of misdemeanors that would, preclude you from being able to receive a permit, like domestic violence, or there are things like in some states where if you have two particular misdemeanors within like a 36-month time period, you can't buy a handgun for 5 years and things like that. Like Virginia had that.
yeah. What I think is they're hoping that they're gonna win, but the social media thing, I don't think will stand up.
Yeah,
Maybe they're
that's
hoping they win at the Supreme Court.
yeah, it's absurd.
So we'll have to see, but I mean, maybe they're saying that they're doing that, or they just copied it and didn't realize that that was still in there when that was
Oh,
actually knocked down by the courts, which is probably more of the case.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. JA, yes. So he says the information was publicly released just now, but they had this information for sure, absolutely, and they could have at least put an informational bulletin up for everybody.
Yeah,
But
they actually, if you look at the signature, they just released it now. But let me go ahead and bring this back up. But if you look at the signature, it was originally the first signature is from the first, and that was from the police commissioner. And Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, signed it on the 6th, which was
dude,
pretty weird.
really? I'm sorry, dude. My phone is literally on silent. I hate that my computer does that. My apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the it's about the spirit and what appears to be their intentions. And remember, the reason that they are doing this is so they can do things like that. Now, you're right, Grumpy, you're right. They literally, like, this is something very fresh, very new. This is just occurring. However, you know, I would guess that somebody in their position would intentionally move slowly on information like this as to not encourage non-residents to start applying.
Yeah, that's why we're putting it out there so everyone knows.
Yeah. It's kind of like I could picture New York literally putting up signs saying non-residents no need apply. Like the Irish no need apply kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Bad joke. Sorry.
Yeah, I see Rich's mini Mac backstage, but I don't see Rich.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if he was still having potato issues.
Maybe.
It's probably issues with his potato. Rich, if you're back there, we can see your other device, but we can't see you or your face or anything else.
Yeah. So
Dang, LA County CCW fees are only 268, not including live scan, which varies by vendor. Yeah, that's interesting. So New York City is charging more than quite possibly the most anti-gun county in the US.
Well, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
LA Sheriff's Department is the one that handles CCWs.
Well, didn't that document we just read also say that NYPD was processing the
Yeah,
whatchamacallits?
yeah, but the sheriff, I mean, the sheriff is, I mean, I wouldn't say that, I don't think he's as anti-gun as the NYPD or anyone.
Oh, I just I had heard terrible things about LA County.
So LAPD is again handling
Oh,
CCW from LA. Oh, that sucks.
mm, dang.
All right, oh, never mind.
Flying Rich
New
says,
sheriff is very anti 2A. The old sheriff then was not. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
that's crazy. Oh, and JA says, good luck in your lawsuit, Rich.
Oh yeah, you're right. It just yeah, I guess this guy defeated the old guy.
And he's anti 2A,
Yeah, apparently.
seemingly anti 2A. Rich says, apparently Comcast is fixed, but eating. Yeah. Well, then why is your mini Mac backstage?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more 2A friendly to 2A. All right. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys switched.
Yeah. I definitely see them doing this as a way to, keep that control, keep the ability to slow roll. And they don't want residents carrying. They certainly don't want non-residents carrying, even though we know the statistics on, what good that can do for a community. I could see them writing in a bunch of crazy stuff like,
What's
you
that?
cannot carry a firearm
Right.
within 25 feet of a homeless person. Rich, feed yourself. Funds to find Rich a retro 0.5 MP camera for streaming 0.5. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what is going on. And it looks like we are done here. This is good news. And with that, I think we're going to get out of here for the day.
Cool. Appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah.
And you'll take it easy.
Hopefully, no more breaking news because I'm done. I'm 3 stories deep now. I'm like, got 3 stories that I need to get out.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I
This
got
week's,
work to do.
this week's been insane.
Yeah, man. It has. There's been a lot going on, man. Especially like with, Rich, like things close to home, like people that we know getting involved with stuff. And then of course we have the GOA goals event coming up, which I'm pumped about. Um, Frag Out's guns, my rifle, Rich's rifle, and another one of Frag Out's guns are going to be on display at the Anderson booth, which is really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to New York. So next broadcast you see, I'll be broadcasting from New York.
Awesome. And don't worry, New York, he'll still be strapped. Just kidding. You follow all the laws.
No,
Oh,
no.
and my joke earlier when I said rocket engines with cyclonite are illegal. Um, cyclonite is RDX.
I know.
I was just being silly.
Yeah, I didn't want to highlight that too much because I didn't want to get the stream pulled.
Of course not. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you for the updates. Thank you, J 711. I'm just trying to keep everyone updated. This is big. So yep. Over the next couple weeks, I'll be in New York, Tennessee, and Delaware.
Nice. I think we need to pull a Sabar. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, that's great. Cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Crump. Thank you to all the Wolverines out there.
yeah, I will do a live stream from the Gideon Optics house actually.
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know if I'll be at the Gideon Optics house with you, but I'll make sure that we live stream together.
Yeah, if you want to come for that, you can.
I love coming for that. And guys, don't forget, I also do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern on DLD After Dark. Hence the DLD After Dark neon sign back there.
Oh,
And, check it out.
one more thing for goals. They will be streaming all the panels and everything,
Oh, nice. That's really cool.
or at least uploading them. They'll be on the GOA website.
One of our friends, Keith, the 2A boys, he will be leading a breakout session, and a few folks we know are going to be doing some speaking there.
Yeah, there might be a couple more announcements.
Nice.
That might be kind of big.
Anything in particular you want to talk about?
Not until we get everything confirmed.
Nothing that's like big, like huge, like the most huge announcement to ever grace the. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I don't want to give anything else away. I'll shut up.
Dark has no idea what it is, what like anything that's going behind the scenes. So just ignore everything that he says.
I have no idea.
He's trying to pull information, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. That's
Take it easy.
We are out of here. You guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.